Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're gonna check the awakening skills and awakening points. But before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Also, comment on what you want to see next. So, I'm gonna mention some tips on what you should do to obtain awakening points, which characters you should awaken, objectively, I mean, and which skills you should get with the awakening points. So, starting with the tips on how to get the points. The idea is that you evenly spread your resources. To compare this very quickly, we're going to use Spinel. Spinel is about to get the max awakening, and she needs 12 red crystals. That is like 2 weeks of farming in VR and getting the crystals, as well as 2 extra crystals that would come maybe from events. Maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks that would cost you to get a character max out. On the other hand, we have Sue, which is at level 75, and to awaken she only needs 2 crystals. So in 1 week, I can get 2 characters like her to awaken. In 2 weeks, I would have how many? Let's see. I get 5. Yeah, I would get 5 characters to awaken because I would have 2 extra. So I would get more points in 2 weeks awakening 5 characters to so that they can reach level 77 instead of max awakening my Spinel. So that's the first recommendation. You want to evenly spread your crystals. Now, I know that for gameplay purposes, you want to max out some characters. You want to max awaken them. Which characters should you max awaken? Well, first of all, max awaken whoever you want. That's like a no-brainer, right? You should do what you want. But objectively speaking, what you should do? You should awaken Micah. She's very good. She's a damage dealer that also debuffs the enemy. And she's very easily used by the AI. You should also max awaken Shizuru because she deals a ton of damage as she's a great debuffer. Felicia, it's also a good option. If you already have characters which can heal themselves, you don't need her. But it is very recommended for VR. Astaroth, really easy to use, deals a ton of damage, excellent for VR or for any kind of content. Murasaki, an excellent tank, great sustain. Spinel, the biggest attack in the game, great blue. She has a ton of attack buffs, so she's a great option. Shisui too, she's great. She's excellent on PvP, defensive, out of armor, and the same goes for Emily. Everything that I just said about Hisui can be done with Emily, except the defensive part. She's more of a debuffer for challenging content. So those are the best characters that you could awaken. Rin is also a good option, but I'm not gonna delve too much into her. So another thing, you may awaken your waifu. That's completely fine, but be sure that you enjoy the gameplay. If you don't enjoy the way this character plays, then maybe you're not going to play that much with her, and maybe you're going to start to dislike the game. So it is best that you go for something easy to use, something efficient, or something that you enjoy. I enjoy Sue, but I haven't awakened her. So let's see. In the case of Kirara, I really like this character, but I really hate the basic attacks on her. She's way too slow. So that's the reason why I haven't awakened her more than this. I used to be a very basic centric player. Now I know that we can use skills and basics, depends on how you want to play. But still, I think that Kiara is not one of my priorities. So whatever you do, however you spend your resources, be sure to do what you want. Basically, there's three ways to do this: waifu, efficiency, or raw power, whichever is fine. But be sure that you enjoy the game. Now, obviously the most effective one is to evenly spread the characters and maybe get 3 characters that are going to do VR. Now, going to the awakening skills. So, awakening skills, what's up with these ones? For awakening skills, we have 2 main categories: offensive and defensive. And you want to do exactly the same that with the crystals. You want to evenly spread your resources. So, which should be your priority? Battle stance, and then on the defensive. Machine specialist, demon specialist, human specialist, and then machine resistance, demon resistance, human resistance. After that, range offensive, melee offensive, and range offensive, followed by melee defensive and range defensive. Then you want to get critical damage melee and critical damage range. And after that, you want to get whatever you want. So we're gonna stop there, and there's a reason. Critical chance melee and critical chance range is not necessary because you can get the critical chance on the enchantment for the weapons. You can also get critical chance on the effect of the supporters. You don't really need this. It is good to have it, but you don't need it. Okay? Another thing, you don't crit on VR. So the critical chance, I mean, you can actually do builds to crit on VR, but the higher you go, the less chances you have to crit. So it is not recommended. Also, go for Pierce and Endure. Pierce give you penetration, and penetration is going to be a chance to ignore the defense or damage reduction on the enemy. Endure, that gives you fortitude, is going to give you a chance to nullify damage, incoming damage. So both of these are good. These ones, the skills usually go up to level 10, and these, Pierce and Endure, go up to level 5. They are special. Another thing to take into consideration, I just mentioned, evenly spread your points, because the lower the level, the less it costs, and the higher the level, the more it costs. So you, talking about the other defensive that I didn't mention, evade crit, evade critical melee, critical range, block critical melee, block critical range, they are too specific. You want first the generic options, and then you want this, which is it would take a ton of characters to be awakened. That's why I haven't. So just don't rush. Do it slowly. Then we have the skills that you don't want. Combat mastery is not necessarily. This is going to increase the EXP for your characters, but we already have good ways to increase the XP. We can use this, the affinity effects of the characters, to increase the EXP, but even I don't use that. You don't need it. What you need to do is to save your potions inventory. Yes, save your AP refills and use them when there's a campaign, and also use your operational plans. Right now we have a campaign for dailies. We have extra drops. So what I would do is to use a character that I want to level up, and my Spinel can do this manually. I can just put start and that's it. But let's say that we next week we're gonna get Lina. So I buy Lina and I unlock her, and she's level 1. So number 1, you want to use one of the facilities, the EXP training facility, and also finish it automatically with the accelerators. Why? To unlock the slots that she can equip Mercy. If you don't have Mercy, then you want to equip the supporters that give you EXP. Let's go with green. Mercy for item drop. This one. Litva for EXP. And Watarasu Mugi for EXP too. You want to equip those, and then when you have them equipped, you want to go here. You're going to select, let's say, Lina. We do this and we click on here. This is going to auto finish, and you're gonna get all the EXP and the resources, and you use your AP refills then. So that's why you don't need to use to get the awakening skill combat mastery. Rapid healing. Rapid healing is not bad, but not good either. Most of the healing skills are based on the damage that the skill deals. There are just a couple skills that heal passively, or a set amount of HP recovery. For example, Sprout Garden for Shizuru, Healing Wave for Emily, the buff Devil Link for Heviko. So rapid healing is going to benefit those, but you get more benefit by increasing your damage for skills like Deflective Wind for I think it's Deflective Wind for Kurenai. Let's see, skills. Deflecting Wind, yes, this one. It restores HP based on the damage. So you want to increase the damage to increase the amount of HP restoration. So this is not optimal. Leadership is not that good because it gives you cooldown reduction for the supporter, and most of the supporters have between 40 and 60 seconds of cooldown. So you're gonna get like 4 seconds. There's a couple exceptions that have more, but that's not the norm. You see, I'm gonna get like 5 seconds. If it goes up to 10%, I will get 5 seconds of cooldown reductions. This is long. This would give me like almost 7 seconds of cooldown reduction, 4 seconds of cooldown reduction, 5 seconds of cooldown reduction. So even though it is appreciated, yes, it is not that necessary, because the active in most builds is going to be an extra effect. Yes, you can base your strategy on that, especially on invincibility supporters, but for the most challenging content, it's just an added benefit to use the active. And then we have endurance. Endurance is actually pretty good. It's generic increase for HP, but I suggest you don't do this immediately, because you can increase your HP with the enchantment on your supporters. You don't need it. It is an option, it is available, but you don't need it. Okay? So yeah, that's basically all of the skills. I already told you the order, and also my recommendation is that you increase the level of these skills up to level 5, and then you go to the next one and the next one and the next one. If you want to max out battle stance on the defensive, machine specialist, machine resistance, demon specialist, demon resistance, human specialist, human resistance, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. And then you tackle the other ones. The more specific a buff is, the more stats it's going to give you. This is going to reduce damage for all enemies, and this is only going to reduce damage for demons. This gives me 20, and this gives me 60. Okay? So keep that in mind, depending on what you want to get. Another thing that is important, the crystals, yes. How to get the crystals, what you should do. We get the crystals for awakenings here on VR, for those who don't know. And you get 5 crystals per week. we also get sometimes in this exact we sometimes get drops from crystal fragments, and usually nowadays they give us a lot of campaigns that give us crystal fragments. They don't give usually the crystal kit, but the crystal fragment is just as good. We just need to get a couple of those. And we also need the mirage crystals, which comes on that too. The higher the level, the more chances you have. Here. One more time, why not? The higher the level, the more chances you have to get the mirage. Here is 0.45%, and this is going to be 0.01%. So you want to go further down the steps, or well, you want to go up on the steps. I don't know what it should be, but you want to increase the step to get more chances of getting those. And they do drop. I haven't bought mirage crystals for probably more than 6 months, and I still have a bunch. I stopped when I reached what was it, like 45 crystals, and nowadays I just get them by getting drops, because I don't awaken them like crazy. I don't do them super fast. I just farm every week and I get the resources. Also, how many crystals do you need? At the very least, if you're a small dolphin or a low investor, you want to get 30 crystals. Why 30 is an important number? Because on 30 crystals, you're able to get up to 5 purple stars. And then you can just level up this last level, and you can buy the pack for this, because this is going to cost you 2 or 3 weeks. If there's an event, it costs you 2 weeks. If there are 2 events, it costs you 2 weeks. But if there's no events, it's going to cost you 3 weeks to actually get the necessary materials for this. The necessary crystals. I'm not even taking into consideration the mirage crystals. So the pack for the last level is really good value. It gives you a ton of crystals, a ton of mirage crystals, and also, more importantly, a ton of gems. So I do recommend that you get those if you're a low investor. Save them. For example, there's nothing that I want to roll on now, so I am not leveling up Spinel until there's something that I want to roll on, and I'm going to get the crystal just to complete the pity. So it is a good option to do that. If you don't want to invest, I suggest that you carefully select which characters you want to play with on challenging content, because it costs a lot to get up to that level. So carefully select what you want. Unfortunately, I don't even have the tab for the login, but one of the last login on the 300-day logins was a ton of crystals. A ton of crystals. That was the reward. So do log in so that you get the special login bonuses, the special rewards, and you can level up your characters. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope that you find this useful. Tell me, how are you leveling up your characters? Are you, as I mentioned, evenly spreading out your crystals? Oh, there's one more thing. I almost forgot. So the awakening is very important on 81 for some characters. Rinku is a completely different character with and without the Violet Slash. So pick carefully who you're going to awaken and try to awaken everyone to level 81. There are some other characters who don't want that skill. For example, Espinel wants the awakening because she wants the stats, but she doesn't care about her her skill. It is useless for her because the defense reduction is better on this skill, and this is only damage increase the other two, so it doesn't really matter. Another character who doesn't like her own awakening. Let me think. Who was it? No, Murasaki does. Shiranui does. Kurenai. I mean, it is usable. Kurenai is usable. I don't remember. But there are some characters who really don't care about that skill. That doesn't give them that much benefit. Let's see. Reduce the enemy's damage. Reduce the enemy's defense. No, the defense reduction is good. If I can remember who it was, increased damage. That's good. Let's see. Yuki. Reduce the enemy's damage, reduce the enemy's speed. The speed is acceptable, but this skill is not that great, especially because it's a counter attack. So, yeah, for example, Yuki doesn't want that skill. So, yeah, give priority to those characters who are going to greatly benefit on that skill, like Rinko, like Shiranui, and now that's it for real. So let me know in the comments how you're awakening them, if you're buying the packs or not, if you think they're good value, if you do this completely F2P, if you have just a handful of characters, and which are they that are maxed out. So I'll be seeing you next time. Bye.